I'm mixing up drinks in the kitchen that are inspired by what's growing in your garden. The Simple Goodness sisters are Belinda Kelly and Venice Cunningham, and they started selling drink syrups inspired by their farm in Buckley in 2018. And now the sisters are out with their first book, Drink Your Garden. And Belinda is in the kitchen with me now to explain what's in the book and, of course, to show me some recipes because I got a taste test.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to work through all of this and show you how tasty kale and charred vodka can be.
Who knew? This is something that I never thought would go together. Kale, charred vodka. But you're going to show me, so what is happening this morning?
Yeah, so I made this kale charred vodka yesterday. It infuses for about 12 hours, up to 24, whatever. And we're going to show you how it can go from a really light and effervescent cocktail that's a little more sophisticated, a martini, all the way to this savory drink, a Bloody Bunny, which is a very different brunch kind of cocktail.
Okay, so with that, how much kale is going in there and charged to the vodka ratio for 12 hours? Wow.
Yeah, it's a set it and forget it though. Everything in this book is really easy and versatile and entry level. But you just need 2 cups of greens. You're just gonna tear them up, add them to your vodka, and then let them sit there.
Okay, that we can do. And you're gonna walk me through the first drink with this, right? What are we calling this drink?
This is the Green Goddess, kind of a play off of the salad dressing, but more so because she's very regal and pretty and uses that kale charred vodka. So there's 2 ounces of that in here, as well as some fresh lemon juice. And we're just gonna shake that. Oop, actually, we're gonna add this. This is an herb tincture recipe also in the book.
Okay.
So a couple drops of that. And
so
another
fresh
one where it's
and, for spring. I feel like all this is really screaming fresh. Okay.
Yes, and these cocktails are really trending this year because people are looking to, drink a little bit healthier and mix up their cocktail making. So.
Definitely. I'm always getting the same thing, like an espresso martini, and I don't know, that's not screaming summer on the porch, so this is, okay.
This one totally is. Okay, we're gonna have our fun little champagne pop moment here because we're gonna finish it with some sparkling wine.
Please, it's a party now.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I specialize in. We'll finish that, and that's where you're getting a little bit of sweetness. So if your bartenders out there, you might recognize it's kind of a play on a French 75.
Oh, okay, yes.
But you're gonna taste a little bit of that.
I am going, and I also love in there, this looks so fancy with your ice cube. What do you have going? That's a little pro tip.
Yeah, that's one of the things in the book too. We go all the way from your mixers and your bases to your cocktails, to your mocktails, to your garnishes. So there's a thing in there that teaches you how to do all kinds of fancy ice. So brought some of that today.
I too can make fancy ice.
Yes.
This is amazing. I can already see myself in summertime enjoying this. So good.
Good.
And it actually tastes healthy, but in a yummy way, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and you're showing me
a little trip to the spa.
Okay. Yes. Maybe we'll change the name, Kelly's Spa Drink.
I could do that for you.
Thank you. Okay, next up, what do we have? I love a Bloody Mary, but you have a hot take on it. It wasn't your fave,
It's
right?
not my favorite. And we have a recipe for a Bloody Mary in the book. And once I started making them that way with fresh squeezed tomato, my whole mind shift changed because V8 is not the same as fresh squeezing a tomato. Okay.
Fair.
But I do prefer this drink still to this day, and it's a Bloody Bunny made with carrot juice, but you get a lot of the same components like the heat and the brininess and a little bit of sweetness from that fresh juice. You're gonna use this hot pepper tincture that's the simplest recipe on earth. It's just peppers infused into vinegar. And then you use a little bit of this herb tincture, a little bit of a syrup that you make with some fresh citrus juice, and then just the fresh carrot juice as well.
Gosh.
You can also mix it up there, and I have all this instructions in the book. I am not personally an olive person, but I do love a caper, so you could add some olive or caper brine to that if you like a brinier Bloody Mary usually.
The name is so cute. I wouldn't ever think carrot juice. I'm very interested to taste this. I love all these elements alone, but TBD if I like it together.
Well, and then this one's a fun one. I was thinking, Easter. It's a little dark for Easter, but Bloody Bunny, carrots, it makes sense for Easter, right?
Yes. The parents need something too, right? As adults.
You could add the kale charred vodka, or you can leave it NA, and it works really well both ways.
Okay, great. Well, cheers. I'm going to dive in to this as well.
Cheers.
And while I'm taste testing, tell me about the farm and how you all got so inspired to make all of this.
Yes. So The thing I like to do when talking about grounding and relaxing, I like to walk through the garden, see what's growing that day, and then just start picking things and putting them together and building a drink in my head. And that's basically what I've done for the last 10 years since we started this business. And after creating this large collection of recipes, the opportunity came to write a book. And so Drink Your Garden was born.
Oh my gosh. Oh, first off, I'm feeling so relaxed watching all of that footage at your farm. That's such a special place. So what else can people find in this book? Do you have other like favorite recipes or what's in there?
Yeah, there's a lot of storytelling in the book. So if you like a cookbook that doesn't just give you like the functional info, but is actually like fun to read, it's beautiful photography. It's a great one to, a lot of our friends are like, yay, it's gonna sit in my kitchen now because the cover's so pretty.
Yes, we all have those like coffee books or ones that are pretty enough in our kitchen that can be on display.
Yes, but then there's a lot of functional stuff in there too. The idea is you can just dive in and make one recipe that looks good to you, or you can slowly start building up this garden to glass pantry where you're making all of these components that make tasty cocktails and mocktails possible throughout the season. And then it's all preserved and fermented and in your kitchen and in your jar and little labeled things. And when you have friends over, you can be like, I'm gonna bust out this, I'm gonna make this.
And it looks so like fancy, they will. What's something that is easy, because I don't have the best green thumb, that anyone could maybe start with in their garden that would help to up their game with drinks?
Yeah, well, we always recommend to start with herbs, especially perennial herbs and flowers, things that'll come back year after year. If you have space, even in a pot on your patio, you can start doing that. And those are really helpful. Adding the fresh components to your drinks, not only do you smell it when you start to take the drink, which is, helps your taste buds wake up, but it adds a really great flavor to your cocktails. So I recommend starting small with a herb garden and maybe some flowers like bachelor buttons and some other ones that we use like pansies, where they hold their color and they look really pretty as a garnish.
This is delicious. This is my new favorite one, Bad Bunny. What else is next for y'all too? Because I know you guys are just launching this cookbook.
I might have salt on my nose.
It's okay, same. It's worth it.
The rim is worth it, right? I'm distracted by the rim. It's so good. We are going to be on the 26th celebrating this book launch with a big party at our soda shop, which the soda shop is seasonal. We work through the summers in Wilkeson at the base of Mount Rainier, very tourist driven. So we're reopening for the season on April 24th. So we're going to celebrate by doing all of this and letting people taste through the drinks.
Oh, well, I can attest. They're absolutely delicious. Thank you for being here and sharing your passion and your festive drinks with us. Happy spring.
The New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.